Week 1 of the NFL season is here, and we are ready to bet on it. Welcome to the Degenzone. Hi there, and welcome to the Degenzone. I'm your host, Jonny Rash, and we are joined today with our three degenerates over here on the bench. We got Dante, Big Mike, and Joey. How you guys doing today?
You?
Fine.
I'm feeling like a degenerate.
Yeah? Ready to bet?
Oh my god,
Always.
I'm so ready for football season, dude.
Nothing else matters.
So
The way today's show is going to work is we have 6 games we're going to talk about. We'll break them down a little bit. We'll give the line. We'll give the over-under. We'll talk about each game, give a little breakdown of those. Then we'll go into everyone's lock of the week, and that could be a parlay. That could be just a single bet that they feel confident about. And we'll wrap it up with Big Nick's pick of the week, and featuring Will. Well, Big Nick will come on and give his couple picks for what he thinks is going to happen. Well, let's get started today. Today is the first day of the NFL season, and tonight's game is a big one. It is Cowboys versus the reigning Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got the line is sitting at 8.5 right now, although I've seen some places have it at 7.5. The over-under is 51.5. We got a couple of people who are already declared out. The Cowboys guard Zach Martin is declared out for the game. That's a big hit to their offensive line. And for the Bucs, Jordan Whitehead on their safety is also out. Bucs are returning all 22 starters from the Super Bowl winning team, and if I believe correctly, that is the first time in NFL history that has happened. Dak Prescott is returning from his gruesome ankle injury last year.
It was just a sprain.
Just a sprain, yeah.
He was dramatic about it.
He has been limited in training camp so far this year and didn't play in the preseason, but is a full go to start the season. Last year against the spread, their records, Dallas was 5-11 against the spread, while the Bucs were 12-8.
I love that you got these legit stats here. This is great. I love this, Johnny.
Thank you,
Good
Mike.
Shit.
Thank you, intern Mike, for giving us all the stats.
Let's go, Mike.
Not Mike.
Not
Thank
Big
you,
Mike.
Mike.
No, this
Big
is
Mike.
big. This
Intern
is Big Mike.
I literally know nothing about statistics. But I love the Bucs and the over here.
So if the line's sitting, I've seen places that have the line at 7.5, some places have it 8.5. What do you guys think of that line for the Bucs tonight?
8.5. Bucs over. The Cowboys stink. Give me everything.
I like the spread for the Bucs. I mean, I think the Cowboys, I just don't know. Dak Prescott's first game, they're missing their best offensive lineman. I don't know how Zeke's going to perform tonight. I think Tampa Bay's easily going to cover that. I would like to bet the over as well, but I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do. I think the Bucs will I'll just steamroll the Cowboys, but I don't know anything about Dallas.
You're kind of banking on Tampa getting like those 52 points or whatever by themselves, which I'm not going to do. I took the Bucs earlier this week when they were at 7.5. I took them again last night at 8.5, and then this morning before I left New Hampshire, I thought, oh shit, I got to put some more on in case I'm not back before the game. Bucs minus 8.5.
I love you, Joe. Did I ever tell you that before?
I feel it. Okay. When I'm around you, I feel it and I know it, and I love you, and I love
the
the Bucs
wildest
minus
set of
8.5.
bets I've ever heard in my life.
It's electric.
It's like 3 times in the same bet.
What's better than doubling down? Tripling down.
I think the over's going to hit because I think the Bucs are going to put up like 42 or something like that.
So,
and that leaves, 9 points?
Yeah.
Math.
So
9,
just for you
10
guys to know, in the 5 weeks last year that Dak Prescott was healthy before he got hurt, we have week 1, the combined score is 37, but then every other week after that, the combined score is somewhere in the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But
Life's too short.
Buccaneers defense is unbelievable. That's another factor I'm throwing in there.
And then the Cowboys defense is like atrocious.
They're atrocious. They are atrocious.
But they just lost a guard.
42-10.
Cowboys are without Zach Martin, who's their best person on the offensive line for them. Whitehead is out for the Buccaneers, which does make their secondary a little bit weaker. He's their starting safety.
Question. Don't know if you know the answer to this.
Yes.
Was he out during the Super Bowl game? Because I remember one of their safeties was out. I'm not sure if it was him or not.
I mean, you're banking on Dak to make long, deep throws against safeties in less time because his line is weaker. I don't think that Dallas is going to put up many points at all. I think 6, maybe 9. I think they're limited to field goals.
Wow. I strongly disagree with that. I think this game's going to be a shootout, personally. I think you have 2 high-powered offenses going after each other. I think you're really sleeping on Dak Prescott. You don't remember how good he was last year. He was on pace to break every passing yard record last year, if you don't remember that. He and with Zeke now back there again, I think their offense, there's a reason why the 2 of their wide receivers are ranked as top 20, 30 wide receivers in the league. Between CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, I think Amari Cooper is going to have an absolutely unreal year this year. They have so many weapons on that offense. It's the defense that's the problem. So the Bucs are going to run up the score. It's going to be a high-scoring game. So what are we doing? Are we taking the over?
I'm just taking Tampa spread.
Tampa spread.
That's what I'm going with. Yep.
I like Tampa on the over.
Tampa spread, and Tampa -8.
Maybe there might be a fourth one.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If I get home in time.
And I'm going to take the over on this game. I'm not touching the spread. I'm just taking the over. All right, now we're moving on to Sunday. We got a lot of really good games on Sunday. We're going to look at the first one we're going to talk about is the Cardinals versus the Titans. It's a good game right there. New look Titans versus kind of the new look Cardinals as well. The line is Titans -3 with the over/under sitting at 52. Now A.J. Brown is questionable for the Titans, but I assume he'll play. He is listed as questionable as of now. Malcolm Butler, who is going to play for the Cardinals, they signed him this offseason, retired kind of all suddenly during training camp, so he's out, obviously. The Titans' big offseason acquisition, Julio Jones, will be suiting up this Sunday, bearing an injury late in the week.
Very, very fast.
What's up?
We're debating what we should do in this time.
You won't be on camera. It'll just
Okay.
be me.
Yeah. I'm just kind of looking around.
Julio Jones is one of the Titans' big acquisitions. He'll be suiting up this Sunday to play for them. While on the other side, the Cardinals made two interesting signings of longtime vets, J.J. Watt and A.J. Green, to shore up their defense and offense. Last year, the records against the spread, the Titans were 7-10 against the spread, while the Cardinals were 7-9. So, what do you guys think of these games? Cardinals, Titans, two really, really strong offenses. Titans have an atrocious defense this year. How do you think these teams will line up?
This is actually a very conflicting game for me because besides the Patriots, the Cardinals and Titans are two of my favorite teams in the NFL this year. Like, I love Kyler Murray. I think the Titans they're one of the Super Bowl contenders that no one's really talking about. I think they're right below Buffalo to compete with Kansas City. I think very highly of them this year. I want to take the Titans spread -3. But I can see the Cardinals easily winning that game and covering at least 2. I think I'm just going to go with the over with this one, over 52 points.
I like the over. I think I'm going to take Tennessee -3. I'm not high on the Cardinals. I have no faith in Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury.
Why do you not like Kyler Murray? I know we talked about this a little bit this morning.
Because he's not that good.
He sets a great example for all the short kings out there. They make you believe that you can accomplish anything that you want, and that's why I love him.
You've had one very successful short quarterback in the history of the NFL, and Drew Brees.
He's also boring. I don't know if you've ever seen Kyler Murray speak English, but he is boring at words. Get better at that, and then maybe I'll bet on you. I'm taking Tennessee -3.
Yep.
All right. Now we're moving to the nation's capital. We got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Washington football team. With what?
Who cares?
This is a great game.
Move on.
I'm conflicted with this game.
I actually think this is an interesting game, gambling-wise.
Gambling.
I think it is.
Pick-em.
I think so.
It's literally
So
a pick-em.
the line is
Yeah,
even
I think so.
for both teams, so it's a pick-em.
It's -1.
As of this morning, I think ESPN has it there. I saw it pick 'em this morning.
And we got the over/under at 44.5. Now, late breaking news yesterday: Austin Eckler, the Chargers running back, is questionable. Did not practice yesterday. He's questionable for Week 1. Curtis Samuel left practice yesterday for the football team with an injury. He is not expected to play this week. He is also questionable. For the football team, new look offense with Ryan Fitzpatrick now stepping in at quarterback. They made a couple of offseason acquisitions, Curtis Samuel being one of them. Unfortunately, he will not be playing. They also added Humphreys. And then for the Chargers, they really tried to address that atrocious offensive line that they had last year. They made a couple signings and drafted a couple of players to really shore up that line for Justin Herbert. Still got a lot of weapons, even if Eckler's out. On the wide receivers, you got Mike Williams and
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, top 5, top 10 wide receiver in the game, depending on who you ask. Top 5? You give him top 5?
Yep. I think he's gross.
Record against the spreads last year, Chargers were 9-7. The football team were 10-7. So it's a pick-em. So it's kind of a coin flip here. What do you guys have?
I don't even want to bet on this game in real life because of how close this could be. My gut is telling me the Chargers because even if Eckler isn't playing, I think they're a very explosive offense. They still have Justin Jackson and Kelly, I think, is their other running backs. They have a committee there. They can still work with that. And Keenan Allen, I think, is one of the most underrated players in the NFL. I think he is I don't think he's top 5, but perennial top 5, one of the best wide receivers no one talks about. I think my gut's telling me Chargers. I know Washington has a very good defense this year. They have a brand new offense, but I don't know. I have Justin Herbert winning the MVP this year, so I have a lot of faith in the Chargers.
I think Herbert MVP is the worst pick of all time.
I don't think so. I think the Chargers are going to be a sneaky good team this year, and I think he's going to put up numbers.
I think if Eckler plays, I take the Chargers. If he doesn't, I think the football team. Their defense is really fucking good. Is Eckler out? He's questionable.
He didn't practice.
All right, I'm going to take the football team. Straight up. Money. I'll probably just do money line.
Yeah, second to even odds.
Yeah, money line football team.
I'm just enjoying this game. I'm just happy. I get
Little
to
chips
watch.
and salsa.
Yeah, probably.
Buffalo chicken dip.
I might have a Miller Lite.
Whoa!
Dude, I love Miller Lite.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a bone to pick as far as beer goes in this office. We'll talk
Conversation
about
for a later day.
Who's
Yeah.
picking bones?
We made a tier list.
I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I meant to bring that up. Okay,
We'll
sorry.
talk about it later.
Who made that?
We'll talk about
Whoever
it
was in
later.
charge of it.
It was an listen. It was an atrocious tier list. I'm not gonna lie.
Who made it? I want names. Are you? Okay.
Me, Dave, and Sophie were in.
It was the worst tier thing I've ever seen in my life.
You had Miller Lite below Bud Light and Coors.
Bud Light deserves to be near the top.
Were you guys
You had
blind?
PBR at the bottom too.
PBR sucks.
Oh my god.
Okay, this guy doesn't know his beer.
Heineken.
I'm taking the under. I think it's going to be a defensive-heavy game. The only other bet that I might take is going to be live. And in the third quarter, if it's a great game, I might put $1 on whoever's jerseys I think are prettier or whatever in the
that's
moment.
gotta be the Chargers. That's gotta be the Chargers.
I tell you right now, it's the
Chargers have the best jerseys in football.
But the football team kind of looks like Gryffindor, and I kind of like that. So we'll see. Yeah, prettier jerseys, live bet. That's my final pick.
It's the Chargers. I think we're in the Powder Blues this weekend.
No,
We don't know that for sure.
I feel better with my Chargers.
I need to
pick
know
then.
that before the
The
game.
powder blues are their third best jerseys, dude. It's the dark blues, the whites, the powders. I don't want to hear about
How do we kick,
Powders
how do we
are
kick him off
They
the
don't even
show?
have
Powders
dark
are
blues
overrated.
anymore.
God, the Powder Blues are some of the best jerseys ever.
In
if not
sports, the
best
powder
jerseys.
blue jersey is the best jersey in all sports. All sports.
Wow.
Get him out.
All right.
Get him
my
out.
take.
Go.
You
Oh, okay.
go.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
we'll take care of the
Fired.
rest. In case he step in.
And you're fired too for the beer.
Oh,
list.
no. We'll talk about that.
Next game.
Next game, we got Steelers at the Bills. Bills are -6.5 in this game. The over/under is 48.5. Bills Emmanuel Sanders is questionable for the game. And then for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Stephon Tuitt. Sophie's here.
Hi, Sophie.
I want to hear.
I'm nervous now.
Stephon Tuitt's out.
7 Tuitt's out. He's on IR. He will miss most of the season, if not all of it. For Pittsburgh, it will be the debut for their star running back, Najee Harris, who they drafted in the first round this year. For Buffalo, they have the number 2 offense in football and by points per game last year in 2020. Last year, their records against the spread, Steelers were 10-7, while the Bills were 12-7.
48.5 over? Is that what it is?
Yep, 48.5 over.
Run it.
We got the line at 6.5 for the Bills.
This,
I know you're a big believer in Big Ben this year, Big Mike.
Dude,
Sorry there.
this is tough. This is tough for me. I have not bet on this game. What time is the game at? 1. God damn it. I need more time to think about that.
You have 3 days.
I know, but I wish this was a 4 o'clock game.
sounds like a 4
This is
o'clock.
tough. It is.
Does.
It does.
It is.
I'm very conflicted.
flustered. He's
I'm
flustered.
flustered. The Bills.
Rattle.
Look, the Bills.
breath, bro.
It's Chiefs.
My heart's
I'm
racing
fucking
right
around
now.
about the beer and the uniforms. You guys got me flustered.
We have a
And now
conversation.
Sophie's scaring me a little bit.
She has
She's
a
looking
pocket-
over me.
She has her
Very
pocket
intimidating.
knife in the back.
Very
We
intimidating.
need you to say something egregious so
Okay.
that we can cancel out all the firing.
The Bills are, it's like Chiefs, Bills, and then the rest of the AFC. But the Steelers plus 6.5. I'm going. I'm going to go Steelers plus 6.5. Oh, it's in Buffalo though.
It's about
And the fans are bad.
Dude.
So Buffalo minus
Oh,
6.5.
Bills Mafia. Shit.
Dangerous game.
So this might be the one game I don't touch.
I actually don't.
And I
think
just
I'm-
enjoy it.
This
I just enjoy
This
it.
is a.
And I'll take the Steelers plus 6.5.
Sophie, as a Steelers fan, how do you feel about them this year?
Dude, I don't. I have a lot of faith in Najee Harris. I don't know. I think him and Ben, just based on like following them on social media, or like the Steelers franchise on social media, like it seems. I mean, they're pretty fucking confident. But as far as like this first game goes, I mean, those are 2 power defenses. If I had to guess, it's going to be a pretty low scoring game, in my opinion.
So what's your
So you're
pick?
taking the under, 48.5, see over under.
I mean, it would. like Bills and Steelers are my top 2 teams in general, so it's very difficult for me to pick because I'm a New Yorker. But Steelers are my team. But I think I don't know what over/under means. If I'm being quite honest, I don't.
It's
know
how many
about
combined points
in the game.
48 and a half combined
Over.
points.
48.
48 and a half.
Yeah.
So if
Over under.
under.
Yeah,
Stay in the under.
I think so.
Sophie's choice.
I feel
the
like
under.
it's gonna be a pretty low scoring game. If I'm being
Like-
honest.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 16 to. Someone might get a safety. 16-8. 16-10. So let's take 16-10 Bills.
My mind
Steelers
is all
plus
over
6.5.
the place right now, dude. I'm like
It's a
seeing
tough
stars. I'm seeing numbers flying. I'm like
Everyone's
Zach
so
Galifianakis
bad.
in The
Oh, yeah.
Hangover. It's just numbers everywhere. Edit that in.
We gave him mushrooms. So.
Fuck. Yeah, we don't have to. Don't tell anyone that. Fuck. I really like the Bills being at home is what's like conflicting me because Bills Mafia is the fucking best. I want to go to a Bills game just to like be a part of a Bills tailgate.
Who are you taking, Dante?
Yeah, let's. Wait, you want to go to the game or talk about it? Jesus Christ.
I'm taking Steelers plus 6.5.
Great bet.
I think it's going to be a very
It's a
close
great
game.
bet.
I would like to take the under, but I'm not because I think it could go either way. But I think it's going to be very close regardless. So 6.5 Steelers, and that pains me.
This is the game of the day, folks, and it's Bills minus 6.5 and the over. What? Yeah, I said it. It's going to be a fucking shootout. It's going to go into overtime, too.
Oh, take the overtime bet.
Yep.
Joey's sneaky pick of the
I
week.
literally just I'm parlaying as we speak. Steelers plus 6.5 and under 40. So I just did exact opposite of Joey.
Hey, if you want to make make a value bet or overtime, I guess would be
Yeah.
the
$20. $20.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Sophie.
Thanks, Sophie.
Yeah.
Queen's Gambit. That's what I was thinking of.
What the
fuck? Talking numbers on the Steelers. I was like, oh, what's that show with the movie?
The Hangover.
The Hangover, they do the Hangover. It's
Oh,
also, it's
the
from A
number.
Beautiful
Finding
Mind.
Nemo.
All right, next game.
Next game.
Next game, we're going to Indianapolis for the Seahawks versus Colts. The
Yuck,
Seahawks
why are
are
we
minus
talking
2.5.
Yucky.
2.5 for who?
Don't care.
For the
Snooze
Seahawks.
fest. Couldn't care any less about the Colts.
Yeah.
We got
Colts
the
suck.
over-under is 50 for this game. A lot of high over-unders this week. Colts have a lot of questionable players. Eric Fisher, Quentin Nelson, Xavier Rhodes, Paris Campbell, all questionable. T.Y. Hilton out for multiple weeks also.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks have their center, Ethan Pochik. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's also questionable. Carson Wentz expected to start this week after injuring himself before in the preseason. Both of these teams ranked top 10s in points per game in 2020. Record against the spread in 2020. Seattle 8-9, Indy 9-8.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe
They
that
were
stat
top
about
10
the
scoring
Colts.
last year, the Colts.
Evidently.
Were they really? They had Philip Rivers last year, right?
They did.
That helps,
I
I
miss
guess.
him.
So it helps.
All right, so 2.5 and 50.
2.5 and 50 for the Seahawks.
What a boring, what a
Yeah, this
game
is-
that I just don't give a shit
Is this
about.
a 4 o'clock game?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like a 4 o'clock game.
This game is just an absolute. This is the game that's going to be on Red Zone that you forget about.
This is a good game. I don't know what you guys
This
are talking
is going to
about.
be the game I bet on, depending on how my 1
These are
o'clock
two
games
playoff
bet.
teams.
This is a
teams
1 o'clock
last
game.
year.
It's 1 o'clock. You said
Yeah.
4.
Oh,
It's
that was
1.
4. I'm wrong.
1 o'clock game.
These are two playoff teams last year.
What a boring
Yeah,
game.
but
What a
it's
boring
boring.
I
game.
can find you a more boring game. Well, you want to talk about Jaguars Texans?
Yes,
What a
yeah.
great game.
I'd love
It's
to.
Trevor
I'd
Lawrence's
love to.
debut.
Two
All right.
shit show
The
teams.
Texans are, the
All right.
Texans
Fine,
are the
let's talk about
gutters.
fucking Jaguars Texans.
All right, so we're
then.
skipping
Jags
over this
2.5.
one.
Well, I was
baby.
gonna say Seattle 2.5.
Let's go, baby.
Fucking go. I would take Seattle 2.5.
Seattle minus
just,
2.5,
just to
yeah.
cover that.
I would take Seattle.
The Colts are horrible. Carson Wentz is an idiot. This game's.
I'd be surprised if Carson Wentz made it through this entire game without getting injured, to be honest with you.
Or like being booed off the field and him crying.
That
I hate
too.
Carson
God,
Wentz.
his own players hate him.
Yeah, everyone hates him. Nobody loves him.
Everyone hates you.
Carson,
Nobody
just
loves you.
retire, man. You
Go
suck.
home. Go
You
home
suck.
back to North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Is that where he's from?
Yeah.
Oh,
What a
wow.
tough
No wonder
break,
why he's
huh?
suck.
North Dakota State. He didn't leave the state of North Dakota until he got drafted, or they played an away game.
Yeah. That's
He never left the state.
What?
That's
Yeah.
So, all right. So Seahawks 2.5 social
Yeah.
all around.
I will
All right.
bet against Carson Wentz every week.
Glad we're on the same page. All right.
The last game we're talking about today, probably the best game of the week. Game of the week.
Chiefs,
Graphic. We got the Browns at the Chiefs. That game is -6 for the Chiefs. The over/under is 54.5.
5.5 current line.
I got a
5.5 current
too.
line. All right, the line's changed.
Wow. All right.
Chiefs for the Chiefs, their safety Tyrann Mathieu is out.
Ooh.
Honey Badger don't care. For the
Wow.
Browns, Jadeveon Clowney, Odell Beckham Jr., J.C. Treader, and Rashard Higgins are all questionable. It's a rematch of the 2020-2021 AFC divisional round.
What was the score of that game?
I'll let you know right now.
Excellent.
22-17.
Wasn't that the game
Kansas
that Patrick
City.
Mahomes got hurt in?
22-17. Maybe.
What is it? I don't know.
It was
Yeah,
a very
it was
windy
the game. It was the
round.
game that Mahomes got hurt in, and Chad Henne comes in.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's when he got
Remember
the fake.
when-
Anything is possible,
Yeah,
baby.
remember when Henne did the fake
Anything's
spike
possible.
and he ran
Yep,
out
yep.
and got the first down?
Yeah, so electric. That was electric.
The Chiefs, they led the league in yards per game in 2020. Records against the spread last year: Chiefs were 8-10, and the Chiefs were 8-11, and the Browns were 8-10.
Really? They were only 8-11 against the spread.
Yep.
I'm going to go over this game, dude. I think this is like just going to be such... You were talking about shootouts. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think both their offenses are just electric. The Kansas City Chiefs, even if the Browns have a decent defense, which they think they do, just the Chiefs can drop 40 on any team. It doesn't matter. And then the Browns, I don't think the Chiefs have an amazing defense. They obviously don't have their safety, too. I think it's going to be a shootout. I'm hammering over 54.5. Hammering that.
Hammering.
Dropping the hammer.
Crazy. This is my lock of the week. No-brainer pick. Chiefs -5.5. They added off. We talked about it. They added offensive line. That's all they needed. Patrick Mahomes. 5.5. They're going to win by 1 million and not lose a game this year.
Do you know how many interceptions
They dropped.
Patrick
They dropped.
Mahomes?
Yeah, I know.
How many interceptions Patrick Mahomes has thrown in the month of September?
0.
0.
Yeah.
Never once. So, this is Chiefs -5.5. Bet your mother's ashes on.
I'd probably bet Chiefs -12.5 if I wanted. If I could, I might.
You
Just
could. You could buy points.
Yeah, I might do
If
it.
you do
They're
two-
so good. They're
By
so
points,
good.
make it go up from 5.5.
To think that Patrick Mahomes won't win by a touchdown in Week 1
Is
against Cleveland
comical.
at home.
It's
Get
lit.
your-
All right.
Yeah.
I'm betting the over in Kansas City spread. You guys convinced me. I'm in on it.
This is actually one of my picks. this
Wow,
week.
I'm
This is
gonna
one of my
make
4
so
picks.
many bets this weekend. I'm gonna, wow!
I
can't wait to
I
lose.
love Week 1.
Well, now let's talk to you guys for your locks of the week.
My lock of the week, of the day, whatever you want to call it. I am taking Jaguars -3 over the Texans. The Texans are actively trying to lose every single game this year. They're not going to be good. Their defense is awful. They just traded their starting corner to the Saints for literally nothing. They have Tyrod Taylor starting at their quarterback. They have David Johnson and Phillip Lindsay in their backfield. I don't know if you guys have heard, over the last few years, probably haven't heard much from them because they're really not that good anymore. You got Brandon Cooks as your star receiver, and I mean, Brandon Cooks was good years ago, but on that team, I don't think he's going to do much with Tyrod Taylor as his quarterback. Jaguars, brand new team, rookie quarterback. I know James Robinson had a phenomenal year last year, new coach, new everything, but I just think the Texans are going to lose almost every single game this year, and -3 I think is easy. So Jaguars -3 is my lock.
Chiefs -5.5. Lock, key, throw it. See ya. 17-0.
If any team can do
I
it.
have 4.
Parlay! It's a parlay!
Parlay away, Joey.
So we already talked about 2 of them. Bucs -8.5/7.5/8.5. And that's all of them. No. The
That's my
Chiefs,
4 bets.
the Chiefs -5.5, which we talked about. Now let's talk about the other 2. The answer is yes.
So I really hope that gets put in the video.
So this is I'm betting the least on this pick. So this is my bottom tier lock. This is like a safety pin lock. Should I wait? You guys can come in. I'm wrapping up.
Will, come on in.
Can I leave, or am I needed still for something?
All right, hold on. All right.
You.
I literally just put the door through the wall.
That's
The doorknob.
security
I
footage.
said, "Are you ready for the football?" And I just went bang. The doorknob went right through the wall.
Okay.
Oh, we're fucking ready for some football, baby. Let's go. All right,
I'll
Joey.
go on that side.
All right.
All right, Joey. So,
Joey,
yeah.
wrap up your lock of the week.
The bottom tier of lock of the week. So like the Panthers -5.5. I think the Panthers are gonna beat the Jets by more than 6 points.
Whoa.
And I also think the Patriots are gonna beat the Dolphins by more than 3 points.
That's 5.
Dolphins
That's
+3.
You only had 4.
Terry's got so many bets.
Those are all four of my blocks.
Goodbye.
Oh my God! All
I got a
right.
sweaty butt if anyone's sitting that
Yeah,
So
like you, Mike. Not that much.
Can we get on with the show, please?
We're here at the final part of the week of the show, our confidence picks. We're here with our confident experts, Will and Big Nick.
The
and they're-
confidence pickers.
The confidence pickers.
Pickers. Pick up right where we left off, fuckers.
Fuck you, fucker.
Let's start with you, Will. Who is your confident pick of the week?
Well, I have three. We have
Give me a three. Give me a three.
We were told 3.
All right.
So my first question is, when is this episode airing?
Tonight.
Okay.
Before the show. Before the game.
Before the game. All right. So I did tonight's game as one of them. The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh!
Plus 8. Getting 8 points versus Tampa Bay. I think Dallas, I think a lot of people have questions about their defense, which, rightfully so, but they got Michael Parsons. I think he's going to be an impact player. I think their offense is going to be prolific this season.
Parsons.
Yeah, he's looked good. And I think the Super Bowl hangover has some legitimacy to it. So I like the Cowboys here getting 8.
My confidence pick is the complete opposite.
Oh.
I think that the Bucs are going to get -8. And here's the thing. I'm going with this. I got Mike Evans and Antonio Brown on my fantasy team, so I need points.
Me too.
Not in this league.
Oh, yeah.
This is the only league that counts. Fuck your other leagues. You over here hearing Jonny talk about his other leagues? No, he's not.
I didn't say shit.
That's my point. He said shit.
I didn't say shit.
He didn't say shit, so I just say he didn't say shit.
You didn't say shit.
Didn't say shit.
Didn't say nothing.
Nope.
I'm taking under with the 8 for the Bucs.
All right. So we're gonna keep track of our records here this year. So
We
that's
need to do
one.
that.
That's a head-to-head for us.
That's a head-to-head.
So one of us is gonna be 1-0. One of us is gonna be 0-1.
We need to keep track. I think last year we got kind of went over the wayside. We got to keep track of this crap this
Mike's
year.
keeping track.
You got a whole fucking media team, plus you got fucking interns.
Yeah,
Figure your shit.
we already have it. He's already doing it.
All right.
All right. What's your next confident pick, Will?
Okay, now I looked up these lines. If you guys did different lines than what I have,
I'll
let
give
me
you the
know.
line, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I looked up certain lines too.
My next confidence pick is the Houston Texans getting 3 points versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now I know
This game's going to suck.
Jacksonville obviously has made a lot of moves, head coaching change, number 1 quarterback, number 1 draft pick, most, highest rated quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck. The bottom line for me is that Jacksonville won 1 game last year, and they're favored on the road here in Houston. I know Houston, questions surrounding Tyrod Taylor, how they'll be, but I like Houston here, getting the 3.
All right. My second confidence pick, and the only reason why this wasn't my first confidence pick is because that Tampa game was happening tonight. My second confidence pick is the Dolphins at the Patriots. Patriots -3. I think the Patriots easily beat the Dolphins by 3.
And I'll
Give 'em
piggyback
3.
off that because that was my third confidence pick. I also have New England laying the 3 at Miami. Start off the season the right way.
That's right.
Emotional pick.
Emotional pick.
This is coming from the guy who wears a Tom Brady shirt every day.
Every day.
All
Every
right. Any
day.
more?
I got my third
Nick has
one here.
one more.
I got my third one.
Nick gets one more pick.
I got the Browns at the Chiefs. I am taking the Chiefs -6.
Okay.
All right.
I just think Kansas City is bullshit how last year ended, and Mahomes is on a mission to take down Tom Brady's greatness. And I'm still rooting for him.
All right. Well, those are our picks for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know in the comments what your picks are and what you think of our picks. We'll be back next week with more picks next Thursday at 6 p.m. Stay tuned, so turn on the notification bell so you know when this video comes out and all of our other videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys on Sunday.
Let's ride, viewers.
Go Pats!
Oh.
Are you ready for some football?